Figured I'd do a quick overview of the MSP Scout Light mount for the Benelli M4 by Mounting Solutions Plus. We're gonna head inside and get out of the wind and get a better look. Okay, we're in here in the garage, out of the wind. I got the Benelli and the vise to be able to better show you how easy it is to install the MSP Scout Light mount. All you have to do is remove your magazine tube end cap. There are 2 screws. You will first have to remove your spring clip. All you have to do is you can use spring clip pliers to reach in there, and you will put the spring clip pliers into the holes on the spring clip and then squeeze, and it will separate. It comes off very easily. Alternatively, you can use 2 pairs of vice grips with 2 broken off nails or pieces of metal, and there is a way to use the heads of the vice grips against each other to lever it open. I would recommend spending $12 in buying a pair of these because the Benelli has multiple spring clips, and it's good to have these to be able to work on other parts of your Benelli. So all you have to do is get the spring clip off. This grooves right in where the spring clip was. All you have to do is tighten your screws down little bits at a time. Make sure these gaps on either side are equal. You don't want to tighten one screw down too much and the other side to be a giant gap. You want these to both be equal. You will have to Loctite the screws before installing them. One thing I would like to see from MSP would be for them to include pre-Loctited screws. They did not include that with mine. Mine is well, I ordered it on the first day that they released it. But you will have to Loctite it. 12 gauge is notorious for making screws back out. So I highly recommend Loctiting the 2 screws here and also the 2 screws that mount your flashlight. One thing to note, you do have to install the flashlight prior to installing the Scout Light mount on your Benelli. So I made the mistake of installing it and then realizing that I had to put the light on first. So install your flashlight. That's also is 2 screws, Loctite, blue Loctite. Go ahead and put that on there, tighten it down. I think I used 15 inch-pounds on both of these. The manual there might be something in the packaging that advises a different torque, but 15 inch-pounds is what I went with. So go ahead and mount your light up, take your spring clip off, mount up your Scout Light, make sure they're equally tight, equal gaps, and then throw your magazine tube or your barrel back on and your magazine tube nut back on, and you're good to go. We have quite a few rounds on the Benelli M4 with the mount installed. It's been fantastic so far. These QD swivels are anti-rotating. They've held excellent. The mounting solution is fantastic. One thing to note, being as close as it does mount these Surefire or Arasaka style light bodies, there is an extreme barrel shadow. It covers up a lot of your light's throw. So I would recommend getting at least the longest flashlight you can, or potentially using their Picatinny adapter and throwing some kind of extender on there to get your light out a little further, and maybe running a pressure pad. That's what I will do. I'll show you guys the Picatinny adapter here in just a minute. I'm back here on the workbench, and real quick, I'm going to throw on this MSP swing swivel for the webbing slot on the 3-position Benelli M4 buttstock. I bought the Scout Light mount the first day that it came out, and I posted a YouTube video. It was very short, and they were gracious enough to send me this and the Picatinny mount, which was not out yet. They sent me these for free based on the video that I post. So I don't have any experience on these. I can't speak to their durability, longevity, how effective they are, but they are solid aluminum. I have no doubts that they will function great, but I was sent these pieces for free. I paid for the Scout Light mount with my own money. Like I said, I had been looking for an IWC for quite a while and had no luck in finding one. The MSP seems to be a perfect replacement. I believe it's made by the same manufacturer. Don't quote me on that, but it is a great mount. I have no doubts that these will be the same. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this mounted up and I'll give you guys a look and then we'll do our final thoughts. Okay, just got it installed. One thing I forgot to mention was this is actually marketed for MOE, irregular error 15, M4 SOP mod. It doesn't say anything about Benelli, but they did send it to me saying that it would fit the Benelli. Only thing I had to do is I had to switch out the screws for the long screws. It came in this little baggie. I actually took one of the washers out on this side. It came with two. I went with one, so I had a little bit more thread engagement. Looks great, seems to work fantastic. And you could also move it side to side before tightening it down. But I'm gonna give it a go and see. As far as a final opinions, like I said, the only one I've actually run is the Scout Light mount. I think it's good to go. The hardware is fantastic. It's solid aluminum. I mean, there's not really a whole lot that's gonna go wrong there. So I can definitely recommend the Scout Light mount. I think it's a great piece of equipment and it's a perfect replacement for the IWC that you can no longer find. As far as the QD button on the back, it seems great. I'm gonna run it. I'd say I could recommend it at this point. There's not a lot to go wrong there. It's a couple screws and a piece of aluminum. So I'd say it's good to go if that's how you want to run your sling. I'm not sure if that's how I'm gonna run mine or not. Like I said, they sent that for free whenever I requested the Picatinny mount. I do recommend spending the extra, I think it was $25. I'm gonna roll up a video or a picture-in-picture of the options that they sell. I think this was an extra $25, and I recommend going and getting the Picatinny mount. You don't know exactly what it's gonna look like and feel like on your shotgun until you try it. I will probably be mounting up the Picatinny rail and doing a TRX Arms light bar with a pressure pad right here. So I'd say go ahead and spend the extra coin, get that. This, like I said, I'm undecided. I may throw it on my AR and run it on there because my minimalist stock does not have a QD button. So maybe do that, I don't know. I'm gonna run it on this for a while, see what I think. As far as some other things that are on my Benelli, really fast, if you want to ask any questions in the comments. I have the S-Tac, I'm sure everybody is pretty familiar with those. This is the Briley Match Saver. It's not the Match Saver, it's the Briley one. It's got two screws. I did have to do some modification to the handrail to get that to fit. I'd be more than happy to make a video on that showing how, if anyone's interested. Terran Tactical, bolt release, and the Malkov / Arasaka light. The light's been excellent. I recommend it for the money. It's fantastic. I think that's it for the Benelli. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and see you on the next one.